Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is another one of my weekly working decks videos. So this week I was working with the Shadowscapes Tarot and the Tao Oracle, both of which were fantastic. I also this week started writing stuff down for my weekly working decks. I also started doing a weekly working deck spread. The Shadowscapes deck in the spread that I did was like was kind of being a little bit sassy, and which I was not expecting that, but it happened. And then I pulled out the card. I'm actually, you know what, I'm going to get to that in a minute. But first, before I do anything else, I pulled some last messages cards, both for myself and for the collective. So the last messages cards that I pulled for myself were the Empress, the Six of Cups, and the Clinging, which I am interpreting as I need to nurture myself, and especially I need to especially nurture my inner child, and maybe I might be having a little bit of nostalgia, and then also that that there's some inspiration that is coming my way. And then for the collective, let's see, we pulled the Seven of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, and the Queen of Cups. So with this Seven of Pentacles, it's about sort of like reaping what you've sown, and the harvest, just sort of like getting to appreciate and enjoy the rewards of action of the work that you've put in the past. And then there's two knights here, so there's lots of movement, but it's movement in the emotional and material realms. And then we've also got the Queen of Cups, so which is nurturing in an emotional way. So either this is something that you will be doing or something that someone will be doing for you. And then we have youthful follies, like impulsiveness, immaturity, reckless behavior, and also learning. So with this, be careful. I'm not entirely certain how this relates to these cards, but but I think you can probably figure that out for yourself. And then for some people, so I have two more cards here. This is only for some of the people who are going to be watching this. This is biting through, take decisive action, and tenacious devotion to a task. And then also the taming power of the small, self-restraint, minor impediments, self-sufficiency, and resourcefulness and adaptability. So for some of you it's biting through, and for some of you it's the taming power of the small. So next is, so that's the final messages from these decks. Then the next thing I'm going to do is talk about some of my favorite cards. From, this is kind of a lot of cards, but from the Shadowscapes deck, the 8 of Pentacles. I love this 8 of Pentacles. It really just, a lot of the 8 of Pentacles where it's like sort of the smith or goldsmith or whoever working on the pentacle shapes, there's a lot of like uniformity that vibes that I get from it. And this 8 of Pentacles really, I feel like it's practicing your craft doesn't have to mean trying to make everything look exactly the same. So there's that one. We have I love this 3 of Cups so much. It's these 3 mermaids. The 3 of Cups, I think I mentioned this in other videos, but the 3 of Cups always makes me think of me and my mother and my sister. And I love this 3 of Cups. The 4 of Swords. I just get this like such restful vibes from this 4 of Swords. This 4 of Pentacles is like such a perfect depiction of the like holding on too tightly and like hoarding that like in the like sort of traditional dragon sense of hoarding that is associated with that card. This is probably one of my favorite devil cards. I just love it. Yeah, I think that it really gets at the sort of holding the heart, if you can see the little heart up there. I think it really gets at sort of holding the heart in captivity, which to me is pretty central to the meaning of the Devil card. This 10 of Wands is also like she has this entire village on her back that she is sort of responsible for holding up, which is just like, so it's such an intense looking card. I also really just love this world, and this magician with the symbols of each of the elements tied onto his wings. We have a little sun in this jar, a shell, a feather, and some leaves. This 10 of Cups is just super gorgeous, and I love it. This 2 of Swords really gets at the idea of keeping the heart out of the equation. In decision making, which I think is an interesting way of approaching that card. We also have, this is probably my favorite non-traditional death card, this Phoenix. And this 2 of Cups is the last of my favorite cards that I have pulled out this week. Yeah, so that's my favorite cards from the Shadowscapes deck, and then from the Tao Oracle. Wow. From the Tao Oracle, we have Duration, the Joyous, which I will admit I love pretty much exclusively for the little dragonflies, because they're my animal. I'm wearing some dragonfly earrings today. The Well, which I think this one is just so gorgeous. This Opposition card also is really beautiful. As is this Enthusiasm card. Also, I love how she has like sort of the night sky in her hair in this card, which is Waiting. There's also this Approach card, which the artwork in these is stunning. And I get, even though there's only 2 women in this, I get total 3 of Cups vibes from this companionship card. Peace, which just to me is like looking out at this view sort of from inside somewhere with curtains. And then this Treading card, which I really appreciate because it looks like she is tightrope walking, and I am a tightrope walker. I took tightrope classes at the School of Acrobatics and New Circus Arts, or SANCA, here in Seattle for 3 years, after taking family circus classes with my family for 5 years. And then I took a break when I went to college, and I have not gotten back to it yet. So yeah, so that was that. That was my favorite cards from those 2 decks. I also wanted to mention this Queen of Swords because I had a really interesting experience this week where I was doing a heart healing spread, and I think I posted a picture of it on Instagram. And this Queen of Swords came up in the position of like, what does my heart need that I'm ignoring? Excuse me. And I just heard really clearly. So, I mean, the Queen of Swords is like the queen of like communication, because swords are about sort of mental energies. And I just heard so clearly, just fucking talk, cat. And, well, not cat, my full name. But it was the first time that I have ever had my tarot cards swear at me. And that was just a totally new experience for me. So I just wanted to mention that because that was sort of so not what I was expecting to have happen this week. But I'm really kind of glad that it did, because it was like totally unexpected, but in a good way. Yeah, so that is so that is that. I'm just gonna pop these decks away, and then I will show you the decks that I am working with this upcoming week, which is going to be the Crystal Visions Tarot and the Gateway Oracle cards. So yeah, so I know I usually go through a few of the cards at the end of the video, but it is kind of late and I'm quite tired and I have work in the morning, so I'm gonna pass on doing that this week. And just say good night to you all. It is night for me here, but have a great rest of your day, however much of the day is left for you, wherever you are. Okay. Bye.